What's up, everybody? Welcome to the pipeline. Welcome to the pipeline, y'all. I'm drinking some V8. What is this? V8 carrot ginger. That's what this is. Oh shoot, I spilled some, y'all. Hold on. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hold on, y'all done spilled my little V8 splash. Welcome to the pipeline, everybody. Come in here. Feel free to park. Feel free to comment. I hope I don't get no disturbances. I gotta get my let me get my iPad and my other phone because I know I'm about to have some disruptions in a minute on this phone. So I'm really trying to get with y'all before that happened. Let me get into my YouTube off the tablet so I see the messages. Okay, Mom. Let me turn the echo down. What's up, good people? What's going on? How y'all feeling today? Happy Wednesday, everybody. If you in here, say what's up. What's going on? Hey y'all, I've been over here. I got my multivitamins going, y'all. I got my what's the one? My immune boosters going. They chewable, they gummies. And this now, I just found this in my pantry because y'all know I do the food drive stuff, right? So I found this in the pantry. It's the V8 carrot ginger, 100%. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. 100%, 100% vegetable juice. Carrot and ginger V8. I'm quite sure they sell these at grocery stores. Y'all know ginger has helped me out a lot. Ginger has helped me out a lot with just working out, meditating, plenty of water. I feel great. Like I said, no complaints whatsoever. I have been doing a lot of breathing techniques. Y'all, I don't know if y'all understand the power of breathing techniques, how it's good with anxiety, it's good with depression. It's just good with releasing energy. It's really good with releasing energy. So when I meditate, I do these I work out for first. This is how my morning starts, y'all. I pray, I meditate, then I work out. And now with me having COVID, I'm trying to switch different things up. I did do yoga today for the first time. Yoga is good. I feel fine. I do. I really feel good. But I think I'm about to start getting into yoga a little bit more with me working out. Maybe doing yoga maybe 3 times a week. I think it's really good with keeping anxiety down and just letting all the pressures just go. Sometimes we just gotta let it go. So let me taste my VA splash. My orange juice. I've got a little bit of orange juice in here with it. I know the ginger is gonna give it a little sweetness because y'all know carrots. They do have a little bit of bitterness in it. So I'm about to try it now. Let's see what it tastes like. Not bad. Not bad with the orange juice. But my vegan friend told me you can't mix fruits with vegetables. Like even when you do your smoothies or whatnot, yesterday she told me like if you're gonna do a veggie smoothie, stick to veggies and maybe put a little bit of peanut butter in there for protein and a little bit of sweetness. And then she also told me to try oats because oats do have a little sweetness to it if I do want to put that in a smoothie. So I don't know. We gonna see how that go. I may try that by the weekend just to see. Do some kale greens, some spinach, and do some peanut butter. And there's some different little things. I'm always experimenting, y'all. Like I just did this with a little bit of orange juice, carrot, and ginger, and it's already bottled in the V8 Splash bottle. So when I taste it, I do still taste a little bit tomato juice. I could taste the tomato. Let me see. Yeah, I taste the tomato. I can taste the carrot. I do taste the ginger, but it's kind of hard with the orange juice being in there already. But it's a great combination, honestly. I really will drink this. I'm going to make a concoction with this, and I might add some kale greens to it, y'all, and blend it. I might. So I just wanted to tell y'all. Yesterday, like I said, really haven't had too many symptoms. Most thing I could really say is I'm spitting up a lot of mucus. It's a lot of mucus coming up, and I don't know if that has something to do with me already detoxing before I had found out I had COVID, or if it's all part of the body just cleansing itself out, or is the COVID producing more mucus? I don't know, but only thing I can really say is that that's the main thing that I noticed that is coming up out of me every day, a lot of mucus. So it has me changing my eating habits. Like I said, like we all know, we all go through transition, we all go through transition, and everybody do what works for them, but most definitely what you eat plays a huge part. The way you sleep, the way your brain work, what you eat at night, if you be fatigued the next morning when you wake up, all of that plays a part on what you eat and what time that you eat, because the body has to take time and break down these foods. So really, that's really all I can say, man. I feel great. Like I was telling a lot of people, because people keep checking on me, y'all, the love and support. The love and support has been overwhelming. I'm so blessed to have people care for me and check on me and see how I'm doing. I mean, the gifts is just surprising me. Blessings on top of blessings, man, of all kind of love that's coming in many different forms, man. It's truly a blessing. It's keeping my head up while I go through this COVID. I've never been this long away from my kids, so I think that's the hardest thing about the whole isolation process, is like not being able to bond the way that you used to bond, especially if you have kids or you have a significant other. I think that's the part that plays on the mental, right? Because when you in isolation like this, and like I said, I'm not even even though I think I had COVID over a week, I didn't get my results until Friday. So I'm still really at the beginning of my quarantine kind of shit. I'm like not at the beginning, but I'm not deep into my quarantine routine yet. What's this, the 4th day, 5th day? Yeah, so that's the hardest part for me, is being away from my kids. That's the hardest part that I'm trying to deal with. Like I'm calling my kids, I'm getting on their nerves. They like, we glad you feel better. What? Like I keep bothering. They're like, what y'all doing? What y'all with school? How is your day going? What are you guys up to? Like I think I'm really getting on their nerves. Like baby pipeline keep pressing numbers in my ear. I'm like, oh my God. Tell mommy bye. I see you later. I'll talk to you later. You been drinking plenty of water. My daughter 4. She like, you been drinking plenty of water, mommy? I said, yeah, I've been drinking a lot of water. She said, you sound like it. That's good. Man, y'all almost fell on the floor. Almost fell on the floor. Like, it trips me out how advanced these kids are. Like, she's talking to me like she's the parent, I'm the kid. She's 4. Like, mom, you gotta get rest. You sound better. You feeling better? You drinking water? You drink a lot of water? I'm like, yes, baby, mommy. Mommy drinking a lot of water. She like, Mommy, I feel bad for you. That's what my 4-year-old told me, y'all, today. Jay was like, baby Pipeline the boss. What's up, Jay? Baby Pipeline gonna say, y'all, I'm telling you, man, I never get enough of this girl. Mommy, I feel so bad for you. I said, why you feel bad for me? I'm okay. She said, because you sick and you got to stay at home all by yourself. I was like, oh, my baby's always want to take care of me, which is good. So y'all, it's still crazy. Like my experiences with COVID, like I was telling somebody on the phone yesterday, is like, and as funny as this as funny as this may sound, I want y'all to have an open mind when I say this. Like having COVID is a scary thing, right? Something I've never been through before. The world has never been through before. All of that stuff, right? But it's crazy. It's like even though I have COVID, I'm kind of glad that it happened the way that it happened because y'all, I was tired. I was tired. I've been going through so much pain that I'm overcoming and grief and losing so many people and still got to work through the pain. Because we all go through stuff. We all go through pains. We go through losses. And sometimes we properly can't grieve the way we need to because we still have to go out here and chase the bag. We still have to make sure our kids is okay. We still have to put our feelings to the side and go work for somebody else or go hit somebody else's clock. And sometimes we don't have time to properly rest and let our body and minds heal the way that it needed to heal. So I'm not thankful that I caught COVID, but I'm thankful that I'm able to rest and grieve and get my time the way that I needed to get my time because me, I'm a machine. It's a nonstop thing for me, man. And Jay Black, oh my God, I felt the same way when it came down with it. I was a lot going on at the time. Right. You know, it'd be a lot going on in our lives, man. It's like, dang, you can't take time for self. You know, that's who end up getting neglected the most is self because we do so much to make everybody else happy. We got to provide for our kids. We got to go to work. We got to perform our task the way that we are paid to perform our task. Even with business, you have to go out and you have to constantly put your problems on the back burner to go out into the world to still conquer it. And as humans, we need downtime. You need a break. So as much as I hate that I got COVID, I'm actually happy it happened the way that it happened for me with me not having no symptoms and being able to rest properly, take care of my body properly. It's like, so when this happened to me, I was angry. It was like, I just couldn't believe I caught it. I'm like, get the fuck. Like I told you, I'm not the one who never thought COVID wasn't real. I never thought I was invincible or I was untouchable. I was bulletproof against COVID. I never thought that way. I always knew this thing was deadly. And when you catch it, you most definitely got to play it cautious. You got to be safe. So I was always one of them people. But to know I was mingling and doing so much with people around the world. Like I told you, my business requires me to travel a lot. I spend a lot of my time traveling and networking and doing business where sometimes my kids, I have to take certain times off and days off to make sure I spend time with my family, not just my kids, but my mothers and grandmothers and brothers and sisters and the people that is worth this thing called life is about family. Spending time with the people you love. So yeah, it was shocking to me that I've traveled and dealt with all these different people and still never caught it. So with me never catching it in 2 years, I was like, okay, I ain't gonna catch it. I mean, I'm not gonna put myself on the front line to catch it, but I have to get out here and I have to talk to these people and I have to be around these group settings and environments and hold these seminars and talk to these group of people and continue to still do businesses and classes and still blog and do mommy mode. And it was just a lot. And I did with people. So I was like, well, damn. I finally didn't caught it. So I was angry. I'm being honest, I was angry. I'm like, no, this can't be true. When I got my results, it was like, how? And I don't have no symptoms. I'm not understanding this. And it was like, well, you asymptomatic, da-da-da. So I'm like, okay, so I get to doing more research on pretty much how to keep your body fighting. As soon as I found out I had COVID, I went straight into war mode. Straight into war mode. Got the house disinfected, got the kids out. I started looking up recipes and ingredients and things to get my smell back after 10 hours. And then I started implementing more exercise routines and more natural supplements as I start as days going on and as time going on. I still feel resilient. Nothing has changed. My sleeping patterns, no joint pains, no body pains. I'm also actually soaking in the tub more to also relieve stress and tension. They got the aromatherapy stuff. I'm doing everything that it takes to calm anxiety. Because if you panic and start playing mental games with yourself while you have COVID, it'll most definitely do a number to you. Thanks, Jay. Salute. Thanks. It'll most definitely do a number on you if you mentally don't prepare yourself for war. For war. Because once it creep in and start playing on your mental, oh, I got COVID, I'm about to die. Your body, people wish sickness on themselves, I'm going to be honest. You can speak these things into existence. Pain, diabetes, high blood pressure. You can speak these things into existence. I'm not speaking that into existence. Just like I tell people, quit putting me to sleep. I'm dead serious. Quit. Get some rest. Go sleep. Well, I'm not tired. I'm not tired. Why do you want me to go to sleep all day, every day? I'm in the house quarantining for 14 days. Who the hell could sleep for 14 days every day? That's crazy to me. The body will start breaking down and stuff. You got to get up and move. You got to get up and be active. Even, like I said, you got to fight through the pain. I've known so many people who have had COVID, who have gave me so many tips, But like I tell everybody's body is different. What worked for one person may not work for you. You got to find out what works for you and find a routine and stick with that routine. Because I know people got horror stories with COVID. And they talk to me about it. I'm like, I haven't experienced that. I experienced that. And then I also talk to people who is asymptomatic, just like myself. I was like, well, I think being asymptomatic, y'all, is one of the dangerous forms of COVID. And I'm going to tell y'all why I do. Like people like me who don't have no symptoms, I think this is the most dangerous strand of COVID, being asymptomatic. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you have no symptoms, like you don't have it. That's the most deadliest thing. So imagine if you a person who has a huge social group or a lot of kids, you have no symptoms. So you constantly is out and about in the public, you going to work, you going to these stores. Don't let's not forget about the smoking and drinking behind each other, right? You have no symptoms. So then you not possibly, you could spread it to other people and get them sick. And I'm going to tell you something. If you one of them people and you notice everybody around you has COVID except for you, I think that's a sign to go get tested. Even if you don't have a loss of sense or appetite or smell. If you've been around a few people and they have it and you don't, it's a possibility you could have it and be asymptomatic and don't even know it. But your body, when you have COVID, I'm going to tell y'all something. It's just off of my experience. This is just from what I've experienced. I can't speak for nobody else. I'm strictly speaking off of me. If you don't know, like, wait a minute, y'all. I just lost train of goddamn thought that fast. Okay, if you have a asymptomatic, I think you can spread it faster than anybody or nobody, because you don't know you have it or don't have no symptoms. Now, if people around you have it and you don't, I think that's a sign to still get tested. Okay, now here, this is what I was about to say. It clicked back in. Regardless of what kind of sickness you have, if you have COVID with no symptoms, the flu, cough, whatever, your body will let you know in some way that something is going on with you. It ain't no doubt about that. The way COVID work, something will happen to you either mentally or physically where you will know something ain't right. It don't feel right. That's how I found out. It was like, wait a minute, I lost my sense of smell. I almost burnt the house down. I was like, yeah, that's a sign right there. Then after that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get tested. This was 4 or 5 days while my baby was coughing. I had no symptoms at all. My baby was sick, kids were sick, but I had no symptoms. And then after I seen like, okay, baby pipeline on medicine too long, I got to go get us tested. Then after that is when I almost burnt the house down and couldn't smell nothing. I was like, yeah, this is it. The body was already warning me a week before my test results came back. That's what made me think, like, let me go get checked out. My body not feeling right. I wasn't feeling sickly. It was just the congestion. I had real bad congestion where I couldn't smell or nothing. Then I tell y'all that was gonna come through and they could call the other phone. See, like every time I go live, they call this phone. So that's how I found out, really with the congestion. That was my first sign of congestion. The loss of sense, the loss of smell within 10 or 12 hours. Putting everything in my mouth, tasting and smelling hot sauce and peppers, anything, cough drops, anything strong. I was doing all of that and it kicked back in 12 hours. So I'm like, that's weird. Maybe I don't got COVID. Maybe it was just congestion. So then after that, my baby, she started, like I said, the medicine. I was like, yeah, it's just time to get tested. When it got everybody in my house tested and everybody came back negative except for me. But I'm going to tell y'all something. The health department called me 2 days ago, right? Messed me all the way up. I'm like, why the hell is the health department calling me? Now, y'all know the health department, when they call you, it's serious, right? Most of the time, the health department only call people, I believe, who have hepatitis C, AIDS, or HIV, right? So I'm like, what the hell is going on? All my blood work and stuff came back good. What the hell the health department? What they want? So she called me, like, how you doing? I'm calling with the health department about your recent test results. I'm like, okay, how you doing? She was like, yeah, I was calling to see how you feeling and what's some of your symptoms over there. I'm like, why is the health department calling me? She like, because it's about your test result, which makes sense. They do not play around. Listen. When the health department called me, y'all know I be so on paranoia mode, right? Because y'all know the videos that I do with these conspiracy theories and stuff. I don't be trusting these folks, especially the government. I don't trust these folks. I'm sorry. So I was like, wait a minute. Something ain't right. I said, what the hell's going on in the health department? So she was like, well, we were just calling to see like how you feeling, some of your symptoms. So as she's talking to me, I hear her typing in the background because I'm like, how the hell did y'all get my number to call me? But of course it is the health department and stuff, right? Soon as the results go into the database that you positive for COVID-19, all your information is in the database with the state and with the government. So I was like, okay, I get it. When they call you, it's serious. So I instantly panic. I'm thinking she about to tell me some straight up other stuff, right? I'm like, oh, something else came back in your blood work. I'm just prepared for the worst. I'm like, oh God, please don't tell me these folks that played with me, da da da. Turned out the lady was nice. She was like, well, no, we just got to make records of it. First, right, y'all know what's coming, what I'm about to say. Not even 45 seconds into the conversation with the lady, here she come. Are you vaccinated? It's common sense. I mean, most people, that's the most question everybody is going to say. If you, COVID-19 is out here. So the first people talk about it, like, are you vaccinated? Are you unvaccinated? You either fall in a group, and them is the two. You in a group of vaccinated or unvaccinated. And it is already documented statistically, the most unvaccinated people are minorities. Honestly, that's statistically. So I'm like, no, I'm not vaccinated. And I told her, I said, you know what's crazy to me? Because y'all know I'm on the fence with getting vaccinated. I am. I'm leaning towards getting vaccinated. Like I said, I'm not against the vaccination. I'm just more so was one of them ones who was like, I needed to go through trial and error first. I need to see is people dying from this vaccine. I need to know if it's helping people. Wow. And as time going on, we see the results. We see the truth. It's saving people's lives. So it's like, I'm not against the vaccine. I'm not. But I'm like, wait a minute. I need to ask you a question since you work for the health department, right? She was like, what's going on? And I know she's not a doctor. I know this lady is not a doctor, but I still have to ask her a question. I said, well, I think it's strange that for me to be asymptomatic with no symptoms and I'm not vaccinated, what would be the reason to get vaccinated after going 2 years unvaccinated and getting COVID and still having no symptoms? I don't see what would be the rush to get vaccinated under these conditions, you know? And she was like, well, here's the thing. If you do catch it again or another form of it, it'll prevent you from going on ventilators or actually dying. That's the thing with the vaccine. It will save your life where you won't end up dying. She said, and it's not 100% sure, but like she said, that was just her advice. She like, I'm just telling you, that's just statistically speaking. Most people who's not vaccinated who catch COVID, the higher cases of people who've died and lost their lives are the unvaccinated. So me and her had a good conversation about it, and she was like, well, I think you sound really good. I'm glad you're one of them ones who's not. Yes, so y'all know me. I'm talking to this lady. Like I'm like, are you vaccinated? She was like, yeah, I'm vaccinated and I have my booster shot. I said, so how was it when you like? I turned the goddamn conversation on her like I was the goddamn health department. Get it? I sat out a while before I got it, but too many people say, yeah, it's really scaring me, y'all. It's scaring me to a point where with the new Omni that's out, the new strand, it's a lot of people is dying from COVID. A lot of people who are not vaccinated are having very, very difficult times when they catch COVID. And I do know people who are fully vaccinated with boosters who have caught the COVID 2 and 3 times after being vaccinated. I know quite a few. I think I know more people who actually has COVID who's vaccinated than not vaccinated. I'm be honest. Everybody who I really know who caught it is vaccinated, who'd have had it 2 or 3 times. So I'm not here to say like, don't get vaccinated, don't get the vaccine, this and that and the other. Nah, I'm getting pretty. I'll be honest. I'm kind of leaning towards getting vaccinated every day. I'm leaning more and more towards getting vaccinated, and I'm steady doing more research on the vaccine. I'm still doing more research on the pros and cons. Yeah, right, Jay? Honestly, like I'm steady doing more research on the pros and cons of the vaccine. I'm to a point where I have already made my appointment to get vaccinated. It's in 2 weeks, but I'm still on the fence with it. It's like, what do you do? Like, what do you do in this? And when people, honestly, and this is for everybody, whoever listen, whoever watch this video, like, what do you do when you in a position to not make a decision on getting vaccinated, or should I get vaccinated? Don't get vaccinated. Should I get vaccinated? Should I? It's like, what do you do? What do you do when you in that place? Do you do more research? Do you just pray, like pray that God, because don't be no fool. Don't be out here and go, don't be a fool and don't go to the doctor. Like I always say all the time, even if it's not COVID, man, keep up with your health. Anything is curable. Nothing is a death sentence. Nothing is a death sentence. It is things here put in place that could save your life. It really can. You just because you scared to go to the doctor because you don't want to know a result, or you scared. I mean, we all scared to go to the doctor. I think it's best to go because we are in a world of technology where there are drugs being made. There's so many fruits and vegetables and chemo, and there's so many different things that's put in place to save your life. If you go in time and get checked out and get tested and do proper blood work, you're not supposed to be scared to live. And the more healthy you are, the more better life is going to be, because the way this COVID is pumping fear into everybody is like, the world is a bad place. The world is falling apart. Run. Everybody has fear. The world is not falling apart and it's not in a bad place. The world is God's creation. It's beautiful here. Life is beautiful. Depending on how you take care of yourself and the people you choose to surround yourself around. I'm going to be honest. Life is a beautiful thing, man, to wake up and breathe and be able to spend time with your kids and tell your family you love them and go out and be productive in society. Man, that is a blessing and is a beautiful thing. I just don't want people to keep thinking the world is just full of chaos and drama and turmoil. It absolutely will be if that's what you gravitate to. Let's keep it 100. If that's what you gravitate to, it really will be depressing. Life will be stressed the fuck out if you don't surround yourself with good quality people, eating good quality food, taking care of your health, taking care of your loved ones, giving back to the people you love and the less fortunate. That's what life is about. Life is not about being in fear and thinking everybody is against you and everybody is an op. Everybody is not an op. People create ops for themselves. Like, ain't nobody checking for these people, man. Ain't nobody coming for these people who claim they got all these ops. Like, who is the ops? The biggest ops is the government and the CIA. I always say that. Those are the big ops. Racism is the biggest op. Racism is the biggest op. Yeah, good energy. Jay, good energy plays a part with everything. People, y'all know what? I'm gonna be honest, man. Y'all, people tell me all the time, like, you think life is perfect? Life is not perfect. Shitting me. Look at where we at. Man, life is perfect. God has created us. The world, he's created the earth, the us, our body parts, our organs, we breathe in. Life is beautiful. It is perfect. Only reason was not perfect is the people that has corrupted the earth. It's the people and politicians and the things that the world is set up in place around a dollar bill and corruption is what make the world not perfect. The world was created in perfection. We were created in perfection. That's why I don't understand why people go and get all this work done to their body. Ain't nothing wrong with getting some new teeth and getting yourself together if you can. But learn to love self and fall in love with self. And if a person can't accept you for self, man, you need to cut them people off and go on about their business. I'm not changing for nothing or nobody. If you don't like who I am and the person who I am becoming, you need to get out of my way so I can surround myself around people who is going to love me and appreciate me and respect me as such. I'm not hanging around no people who ain't rooting for me to win and we want each other to win and pushing each other. I'm not. I say this all the time, that keep your friends close but your enemies closer. Who made that shit up? That's some bullshit. I don't care who made that up. Why would I want to keep my enemies closer to kill me and take me out and know everything I'm doing? Why would I want to keep my enemy closer? If you out to sabotage me, I need to cut ties with you and get far away from you as possible. I never understood that. These was generational curses that was put in place to cause division within families. I really do. A lot of this stuff y'all be doing, I don't really understand it. I don't. Like, do y'all remember on New Year, they say every New Year's, right? I don't know if this is a black thing or if this is a everybody family thing, right? Remember on New Year's, they say, first man that come into your house on New Year's is going to be the man you marry. That's one. Then is you make you some greens on New Year's. That's supposed to bring money. Greens, you make some green, that's money. I think the black eyed peas is supposed to be good luck. Like, all this is ritual shit. Like, this is voodoo satanic rituals that was put in place that y'all know back in the days our ancestors, not all, but certain ancestors did into that voodoo and witchcraft and stuff like that. Quit bringing voodoo and witchcraft into your homes. It's not good. Certain things and practices that we was taught as kids and we put it on our kids and they grow up with these same rituals and all that is satanic and demonic. You don't want to believe that the first man walk in your house you marrying. Why would you want to believe that? Why would you want to believe if I cook greens on New Year's, I'm going to be financially blessed all year? That's somebody lied to y'all. If you're going to be blessed financially all year, it requires hard work. That's just what it is. You got to go to work and you got to get it out the mud. Whether you running business or you got to hit a clock, that's the way your financial blessings going to come. Unless you come from a silver spoon or you hit a lottery or you get a big deal or something like that. But most of the time, most financial blessings come from hard work. Hard work and how you treat people, and your blessings going to come back tenfold. I do believe in that. I don't believe in a lot of this stuff that, true story. I don't believe in a lot of this stuff that, that was forced on us in school and through heritage is always true. We talked about that with the family tree. Y'all remember we talked about the family tree, how certain family members will have you thinking auntie such and such and uncle such and such was molesters, or they did all this shit in they past 20, 30 years ago that is still lingering within these families for 30, 40, 50 years, which is causing tension and separation in families, fueled off of lies. Fueled off of lies. So I encourage everybody, get in your truth and live in your truth and get the answers that you need to live in your truth. Because a lot of us has not got over the past traumas that we went through when we was kids or our family members did to us, and we carried that into our futures as adults. And then we get into these relationships and carry all that unsolved baggage and insecurity and trauma that you still haven't recovered from when you was a teenager. Them mommy issues, them daddy issues, man, y'all got to get to the root and confront the problem or the person. Mamas, daddies, grandmothers, siblings. Yes, I do. I confront my family members all the time. It don't even always got to go bad. Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. But as a grown woman, it's my job to make sure my history is set. My heritage is honest and true, because I have to pass this heritage down and this knowledge down to my babies. They need to know who great uncle auntie was before. I don't even know Uncle Suckers. My kids don't even know they great uncles and great aunts and how important they was to our family generation, our family history, because nobody was teaching these kids this. Not my kids, other kids around the world and family members. I confront my family members all the time. Call it messy if you want to, but I want to know why you lied when I was 10 and told me when I failed, I did this, what happened, that what happened, when the whole time you poured boiling hot water on me. That's why I got a burn on my hand. Real talk. I was burnt on my hand by a family member when I was 5 years old, right? This burn will always be on my arm for the rest of my life. I was always told, right? I'm keeping a buck, right? I just found out the truth like 5 years ago. I was always told I was a kid and I put my hand on the ironing board and the family member didn't see my hand and put the iron down on my hand. That's the story I always went with. That was the story I always believed. Until family members got into it and I so happened to come up in the discussion. Now, I wasn't there when my name came up in the discussion, but I got the phone call about when my name coming up in the discussion. I said, well, what happened? It's like, yeah, that wasn't what happened. That wasn't what happened. She got into it with your mom. Your mom wasn't there. She was babysitting you. And out of anger, she burnt you on purpose to get back at your mom for burning you. And she admitted to it and apologized to your mom for it. I'm like, that's some straight up bullshit. So all these years, I'm thinking it was an accident, when as a grown woman, you purposely hurt me to get back at my mother, and I was 5 years old. Come on. This is the stuff that I'm talking about that will cause trauma the older that you get, and will have issues with these people in your family, and it causes friction. My mother and his family members still is beefing like enemies, and this shit happened almost 30 years ago. This is for real. Like enemies and blood. So I would encourage anybody to get down to the truth, because the truth will set you free. It's so many adults that still living in pain and in fear of outcomes because they afraid to get the truth, or they are afraid to confront the person who caused this pain and turmoil within their lives or their children's lives. So I'm totally with it. And because I'm that way, it has caused me many problems. But you cannot change who you are. You embrace who you are, and you love who you are. And you always put yourself first. Don't never let nobody make you feel like you second or third. You value yourself, and you value this thing called life, and try to take better steps and moving forward to get you to that finish line where you want to be. Because I always believe success is the best revenge. Success is the best revenge. You don't always have to go back and forth with a person. You don't always have to embarrass yourself in public to get your point across. Get in your bag, become successful. Even if you don't really become successful, I would say Anything that requires independence is being successful to me. If you paying your own bills, you got your own vehicle, you take care of your kid, to me, that is being successful. You have succeeded at accomplishing being an adult. Absolutely, you get a pat on the back for that. You do. That is a success within itself. People think to be successful, you have to have all this money. You have to have all this. You could be clean off of drugs for 6 months. You are successful at being clean for 6 months. Learn to take your success in small doses. God will give you success in small doses. And as they coming in small doses, guess what? Them blessings gonna get bigger. The success is going to get bigger. It's going to grow. You're going to accomplish that. You're going to accomplish that. Next thing you know, it's going to be a domino effect of you accomplishing everything you wanted to accomplish and some. And then the people who knocked you and kicked you down is going to be looking at you like, how did you do it? Simple. I cut y'all ass off. I cut y'all toxic asses off, and I made it where I needed to be. It's that simple. Let them say you changing. Let them say you acting different. Man, you on your own journey, your own path to make it to success. And everybody can't go. Everybody can't go. It's going to hurt you to leave them people who can't go. But it wasn't in their name. God will remove people from you because these people can't go. Where you going, these people can't go. And it's hard to us. I'm telling you. Thank you, Mr. Black. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Because it's really being honest. I hear it all the time. You change. You're not who you don't like the person you become. You changing. What's going on with you? You having a nervous breakdown? Man, somebody told me last week they think I'm having a nervous breakdown because everything we discussed, I didn't agree with nothing that they said. So just because you on a low vibrational level and can't understand my high vibration, I'm having a nervous breakdown? Nah, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm stronger than what I ever have been. Because I let your toxic ass go. This conversation is why I had to let you go, but it ain't no movement there. It's no movement there. And when you notice people is stagnant, as much as you want to help these people and try to keep going back and helping these people, you only hurting yourself because these people ain't trying to go where you going and they ain't trying to put in the work like you trying to put in the work. These people want handouts. Not saying all. If it don't apply, let it fly. But I'm just saying. These people want handouts. And as much as you love your people, man, you got to sometimes leave people behind. For instance, let's talk about Young Dolph. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. As much as he didn't want to be in the city of Memphis and loved his city and all that, look what happened with him getting killed in his own city. Everybody will say if he wouldn't have went back to Memphis, if he didn't go to the cookie shop, if he didn't. One thing for sure, too, for certain, man, we could do things that speed this thing called life up. We all have a number. We all have a day. But if you know you don't need to be in them trenches, man, I would advise anybody, don't go. Don't go. Man, listen, I've missed many of funerals, birthdays, holidays, marriage, weddings, graduation. Certain places you cannot go. If you know these people gonna be where you going, or you know it gonna be some kind of confrontation or a situation is sticky, I would say follow your intuition. I'm glad I have a high sense of intuition that have always protected me. I'm not walking into these fires. We have to learn to not walk into these fires, these traps. We know they fires and traps, but we still want to keep going. You feel it in your intuition, right? Right, Jay? You feel it in your intuition. Man, I know I shouldn't even be going over here. Just like Young Dolph. Y'all think Young Dolph ain't know? Man, I don't think I should go in this cookie spot. But I'ma go. Man, this is Memphis, the city of Memphis. He's in a high value vehicle as a high price man. Young Dolph is an asset. Well, he was an asset. He's still an asset even after life. But I'm saying, you can't tell me when you up like that and you know you leveled up. Even if you not leveled up, you could be regular. You still know, man, I can't go to that store with what's the name and them be at. I can't go to that part. I can't go to that bar. Every time I go to that bar, somebody died and they had a shootout. We know this as humans. I'm not supposed to be doing that or going there, but we still go against the grain. Most of the time when that happens, it don't end well. Most of the time, it don't end well. And we do have these signs. God gave us intuition and he gave us certain abilities to spot the bullshit when we see it. When we see it. Man, y'all know how many phone calls I have gotten in my life with like, soon as you left, it's like, man, soon as you left, such and such happened. Or about 2 hours later on that night, I know y'all all have gotten phone calls like that. Or you get a phone call and they be like, such and such just died. You be like, wait a minute. I was just with such and such 3 days ago. No, not them. Not them. Sometimes I think God will bring people in your life or put you around people to save their lives. I have been in this situation many a times, y'all, many a times. And I ain't understand why God put me there. Like, why did you put me there? It was either for an experience or for you to help to save somebody's life or for you to spend time with somebody before God take them up out of here. You had that privilege of being the last one they talked to. You had that privilege of sharing life, their last moment with them before they was taken away. So I think with us going into 2022, y'all, I think we got to be more resilient. Not only just to COVID, but be more resilient to the situations and the environments that we put ourselves in, because it's time going on. We just losing too many people, too many family members, too many greats to wrong place, wrong time. Most of the time, if it ain't COVID that's taking a person out, it's boiling down to us losing people being in the wrong place at the wrong time, ignoring the heightened intuition. Ignoring the intuition. So I just wanted to come in, and y'all know me, I'm going to come with my ghetto gospel. I'm going to tell y'all something. I've been doing a lot of thinking about my blogging. Y'all know my 1 year anniversary just passed. And if y'all in here, hit the like button for me, subscribe to the channel. I've been doing a lot of thinking, y'all, since I've been in COVID. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I'm going to be honest. Y'all know I love blogging, but in my spirit, y'all know what I really want to do that I've been thinking about? I do. I'm thinking about radio. I've been thinking about radio, y'all, for like 2 months. I don't know if I want to, because y'all know me, I want my whole podcast studio. I don't know how to edit. That's my thing. I don't know how to edit videos. And if I can't edit, and I'm not going to say can't, because I don't like that word. Y'all don't use that word. If I'm not able to learn how to edit my videos the way I want my videos to do, I'm really considering radio, right? I'm really thinking about turning Pipeline News into a radio station. I'ma still stay on YouTube, right? Y'all don't know, I already got the phone set up where I'm about to have y'all calling in. I already got the phone. It's already in motion. Don't worry, but it's already in motion. I've been doing some work, a lot of work, and y'all, I got some stuff that I want to bring to the pipeline that's gonna be major. Y'all know I got these interviews set up. I got a lot of things set up. I do have visual videos of interviews I have done. I think in the past, if y'all follow me, y'all seen the interviews that I did with Bobby Hatamali. Y'all seen me do the interview of the young man who told his story about how he ended up. If you go through my videos, you will see about the young man. Very smart young man. He was in the service. He had a college degree, but he ended up on the streets, asking for change and dollars and stuff or whatever. And I wanted to know the young man's story. So he did an interview with me. I paid him to do the interview and stuff. It wasn't nothing but love. Like, that's the only person I ever paid to do an interview. And I done had celebrities and management and stars come on my channel and everything. And I never got charged or never had to pay. So I got an interview coming up with an artist who is on Empire Records, y'all. Right, you remember that? I got an interview coming with an artist who is on Empire Records who reached out to me. It's a good opportunity. It's gonna be a big interview, and we're gonna do a phone interview. I'm trying to set it up, y'all, about next week. We've been in communication the last 2 days, and I'm gonna be honest. I asked him some very difficult questions that I don't think that he is really ready to go public with. You know, because I don't have a problem with going public. Y'all know I speak all the time. When it comes to a mic and speaking, that's my lane. Everybody got to find out what their lane is. A lot of people lane is good with building stuff. You got people who good at cooking stuff. Me, I am a creator. I love to create designs, clothing, logos. That's my thing. I am a creator, and I'm also good at teaching and speaking. Those are the gifts that I'm blessed with that I have been able to capitalize off of. So the older I get, I've always known I got a gift of gab. I got a gift with talking to people and networking and holding conferences and group settings. That's what I learned my gifts was. So I'm tapping more into my gifts. So only thing I could really think of, since I don't know how to edit properly, is turn it into radio. Like, turn it into radio and also get to a point where I could get me a studio. Because I was going to do it in my house. I don't. I want a podcast radio studio. Like, I've been looking at renting out studios, like podcast studio, where it's already equipment and stuff already there. Everything is already set up. Only thing I would have to do is pay by the hour. So I've been working on that. I'm thinking that's the way I'm going to go. I'm going to go ahead, pay for the hour, go ahead and rent my podcast studio, and turn my YouTube channel into a radio station where y'all can also call in and also be in the process of trying to create my own radio station. Like, I know a lot of people, well, I don't know them personally, but of the research I've done and other podcast people who I've talked to, who's turned their stuff into radio stations where you can actually go on Google, you can pull a radio station up. Like, it's dope. So I'm really thinking that's the way I'm really gonna go. So back to the guy who, the artist, I'm not gonna say his name yet. It's gonna totally be a surprise. It's not a big artist, so don't think it's mainstream. Y'all know I be connecting with them D-listers and them C-listers. I ain't got no A-lister plugs and all that. No, I know some A-list producers and stuff, but I don't have plugs to get close to A-listers, but I do have plugs to get close to C-listers and D-list celebrities. So with that being said, he is on Empire. He told me he do have a distribution deal. He pretty much have his own label that he branched off with Empire and for distribution. And I totally I've been talking to him about sacrificing. Like, I believe Empire is over there doing something to their artists. What have been your experiences? Do you think Empire is sacrificing people, they artists? He told me, I don't know. And he's on Empire. So that's the part that tripped me. I was like, okay, you an Empire artist and you getting distribution. But you as an artist and doing business with them, you don't know, in your heart, you don't know if they sacrificing artists. So I asked him, like, do you believe they sacrificing artists? He is like, I really don't know. He like, that's the thing. I'm in business with them, but I don't know. So we do the live video, y'all. We do live. So, boom, he FaceTimed me. We talking or whatever the other day. He pulled out on video about 100 racks, 70, about 70, I say between 70 and 100 bands. He showed me on TV, on the video. So he like, yeah, I'm getting money with he said, and I got another group, and we got our own label through Empire District, because me and him was going back and forth. So I guess he wanted to prove to me he really getting money. Y'all know that don't impress me for real. I'm just like, okay, that's cool. But like I asked him, is that Empire money? Is that sales money? Or is that hustle money because you doing other stuff? Like, let's be a bean. If this all distribution money, I want to have a conversation with you on my channel about artists that's going over there to Empire and your experiences with Empire. Let's keep it a buck. He like, I'm going to do the interview for, we don't got the day set yet, but we leaning towards the weekend or Monday. It's like he really don't want to open up, but open up. That is kind of weird to me. So, Susan, what did you say, Susan? Susan, what's Vast F Tech? What is that? Thank you for coming into the live. So, like, that's the part or whatever. So I'm like, so yeah, so I'm acting, it's like he kind of like not comfortable with like coming out kind of thing. Like, he don't, like, he's on Empire. He got the distribution deal, but he kind of on a lower level with them, and it's like he don't really want to talk about the stuff I want to talk about. So now we in the midst of getting the proper questions out. Like I'm asking him like, okay, well, what's appropriate to ask and what's not to ask. That's why I love when I have people who come freely to do interviews, because I ask questions that the world want to know. I'm not going to ask you questions for me personally. Even when JT came on the line, Boog the Bandit Manager, and other interviews I have done, not Boog the Bandit's friend, Prince, who used to work with Boog. Shout out to Prince. So it's like, when you come open, because to me, if you coming to do an interview, it shouldn't really be nothing off guards. You know, it's the interview is gonna be on public display. So that's the part we kind of back and forth with. I would love, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to mold him to open him up to get comfortable with me, to know, bro, I'm not going to put you out there like that to be no target. Like, he trying to build trust with me, and I'm trying to build trust with him. We only had 3 conversations, but I need that interview, bro, and I'm not about to pay you to do it. He got that understood. Look, bro, I ain't paying you to do nothing, but you could come over here and promote. You could promote your brand. You could promote your artist. You could promote your label. You could do all that on my channel. I'm just not about to pay you to come over here and give us the juice. It's a Jew, because I've never talked to nobody who is on Empire Record or have nothing to do with Empire. So for him to get in touch with me, this is the thing. I didn't go find dude or look for him. He came and contacted me. So when he contacted me, he ready to talk. So I'm like, what's going on? He was like, nah, I watch one of your videos. I'm like, oh yeah, what about what? Like, about Empire. Here you talk about Empire and TIG Music Group quite a bit. So I just want to share the experience with you that I've been going through with Empire. I said, okay, that's cool. So what's going on? He like, yeah, I got a distribution deal with them and da. So then when I get to asking questions, it's like he kind of started shutting me down. Like, I don't really know if I want to talk about that. I said, well, if that's something that offend you, let me know. I'm going to keep y'all posted. I ain't going to give y'all everything. But stay on the lookout for that. But I most definitely is leaning towards radio and turning Pipeline into a radio station. I want to be a urban radio station that deals with not mainstream artists. Artists that is hot locally, or they got a little buzz and they trying to get big. I don't want to go for the A-list celebrities. I don't want to do that. I want to go for the music and the artists that we want to know. We don't want to always talk about the Cardi B's and the Megans and the NBA young boys and the little babies of the world and all the popular people. I want to bring some exposure to the people who's not really that known, who have a little buzz, who got a buzz going on, but the world don't know who they is. It's a lot of talent around the world that we will never even be able to experience or hear because of the machine only pushing out what they want us to hear and see. I think other people need other platforms, other artists need other platforms to come and shine and get their stories and let us hear their music and their experiences with the music. And singers, women singers. I mean, I want to talk to songwriters, producers, artists, screenplay maker like Detroit Paulie. I'm bringing him back on the channel too, Detroit Paulie. Detroit Paulie been doing good things, man, with the movies. He sent me a movie. He always sending me stuff. Shout out to Detroit Paulie, man. Y'all go check him out. He just did a Detroit, y'all know he just did a stage play that I was not able to make it to. I felt so bad because I was supposed to show up and I did not show up. I totally missed the date and everything. But I did reach out to him, told him good job. You know, I seen everything. And then he sent me a few weeks ago a movie he just shot. Y'all know Detroit Paulie do the music. He did the Curtis Snow movie. What was that movie, Detroit? Oh my God, I'm horrible. Detroit Paulie, don't be mad at me. I'm sorry. He just did that movie, a remix movie with Curtis Snow in Atlanta. I think that was the most recent we seen Curtis Snow on the screen was the work that Detroit Paulie and him just did about 6 months ago. And Detroit Paulie just did another film that's doing pretty good. I think he had like 57,000 views the last time I checked on that movie. So I'm going to get Detroit Paulie back on the line, on the pipeline too, if possible, if his schedule allow it and he got time. I'm most definitely want us to hear back from him by the end of the year. So them my 2 interviews that I'm kind of working on by the end of the year for the pipeline is getting this Empire artist over here to do this interview and also get Detroit Paulie on here for he could do his promo, show his love. and tell the people what he been up to. So get ready for that. I'm also got the phone lines I'm about to open up, because with me, I could go to StreamYard and set everything up with StreamYard. I did that already, but then I got to pay again. I didn't do nothing I was supposed to do with StreamYard after I purchased my little plan, so y'all could come up on the screen and y'all can see the comments and all that stuff. All that stuff been set up. I was supposed to have been did this stuff, y'all, but I've been so busy. That's why I'm like 2022. I told y'all when I came back, after taking that little break, after my sister died, I told you I'm coming back better than ever. And then having COVID gives me time to sit and think and write my ideas down, get this stuff going. Because I'm over here, listen, y'all, I'm thinking of a way to take over the world. You hear me? I'm trying to take over the world 2022. So all of this is going to play a part for everybody. And I appreciate y'all coming on the live, listening to me, man. Hit the like button on your way up out of here. Thank God everything with me is going great with my COVID symptoms, y'all. I'm truly blessed, man. The blessing and love and support is amazing. Words cannot express it. Words can't express it. Thank y'all for coming to the live. Email me, pipelinenews2020@gmail.com for any ideas, any medicine, any recipes to help me with this. Any ideas or connections y'all think I could use to help improve the pipeline. Get with me. Y'all know y'all more invited. PipelineNews2020@gmail.com. Hit the subscribe button for me out of here. Subscribe to the channel. Please hit the like button for me. Feel free to comment under any of my videos, y'all. Thanks for y'all time. Y'all have a good Wednesday, and I will be back Friday. Until next time, y'all, I'm out of here.